Hello and welcome to Focus on Africa. I'm Victoria Rubadiri. Our top stories. Omicron infections surge in South Africa as governments impose more measures to slow the transmission, and the first data emerges on how effective vaccines are against this variant. Millions go hungry and lives and livestock are at risk as a severe drought takes its toll in the Horn of Africa. As the Gambia gets ready to vote in Saturday's presidential elections, we'll explain their unique method of counting votes. Also in the program, visually impaired but with a clear vision for her future. As we celebrate the UN's International Day of Persons with Disabilities, meet the Kenyan singer who lost her sight to glaucoma but went on to pursue a career in music.
I have glaucoma, but glaucoma does not have me.
And in sport, FIFA has dismissed South Africa's large protest against Ghana in the last round of their World Cup qualifier. Thanks for joining us on Focus on Africa from BBC World News. Now, it's been 10 days now since the new variant of the COVID-19 virus, Omicron, was first detected in South Africa. Officials there first reported it to the World Health Organization on November 24th. Well, so far, it's now been detected in 6 African countries. As of 10 a.m. this morning, the WHO confirmed cases in South Africa, Botswana, and Ghana, as well as Nigeria. In Zimbabwe, the Vice President and Health Minister, Constantino Chiwenga, has confirmed its presence there. And there are unconfirmed cases in Mozambique. Worldwide, at least 30 countries have reported cases of Omicron. The WHO has warned countries that they must prepare for coronavirus surges linked to Omicron. They say the number of cases globally and on the continent is rising every day. Its chief scientist said the variant is quite infectious and that we needed to be prepared and cautious, but not panic. At a press conference on Friday morning, the South African Health Minister, Joe Phala, said that although the virus was spreading at a rate much faster than in previous waves of the pandemic, it was manageable. Let's have a listen.
At this stage, we can say that even in Gauteng, which accounts for 72 to 80% of the new daily infections, we have not yet reached threatening stages in terms of our hospital capacity and the new hospital admissions. This fourth wave, which we have started to enter into, can be managed without too many casualties, without too much loss of life, if we all observe the safety measures, the biggest risk being gatherings, especially indoor gatherings.
So what do we know so far? Joining us with an update on the variant and where we are 10 days in is our South African correspondent, Phumza Fihlani. We just heard from the health minister, Phumza, who warned of gatherings. What have people been saying to you in reaction to this new variant?
The sentiment here in South Africa certainly feels different to what we've seen in the previous waves. There isn't as much of the panic that I've seen here in the last 2 years of reporting on the COVID pandemic. People seem cautiously optimistic. A big part of that comes from the fact that the government has been reassuring people that should they want to take them, there is enough supplies of vaccines in the country. And it's also happening at a time where people have been relying largely on those non-pharmaceutical measures like mask wearing. It's mandatory here. You cannot be out anywhere in public without wearing a mask. And that culture is something that South Africans are are relying on in between deciding on whether or not to get vaccinated. Just a quick one, though. With the silver lining, I suppose, for health experts has been that with the emergence of Omicron, they have started to see an increase in the number of people that are turning up at vaccination stations to get vaccinated. There'd been a lull here about a few weeks ago, largely due to only a low number of cases being detected as positive. And experts thought maybe it created a sense of nonchalance and maybe low riskness. And now people are starting again to remember that there is a virus here that still hasn't been, that we're not rid of, and people still need to vaccinate.
Absolutely. We've been covering this story all week, Pums. I've seen the huge spike in cases literally in a matter of days. Do we know why it's increasing so drastically?
So early data at the moment suggests, Victoria, that it's because of those mutations that the scientists spoke about. They think that's largely what's driving it. What they're saying so far is that thankfully, the fact that it's spreading faster hasn't immediately translated to hospital admissions, that a lot of people that are presenting with COVID right now are presenting with moderate to mild symptoms. This is hugely different to what we saw in the early stages of the Delta variant when it arrived in South Africa and took hold, where more and more people were showing up with severe disease. And experts here are hoping that very much this will be the trend, but they have still continued to maintain that people should keep following those measures and keep themselves protected. And they're trying to keep hospital capacity to very low numbers. And so far, we have not seen that huge surge in people being admitted.
Thank you, Pums.